Hello children. Now in this video I'll teach you about Lord Wellesley and the policies that he followed. Lord Wellesley was the Governor General of India from 1798 to 1805. He captured and acquired the territories in India through subsidiary treaty and through war. Now let's study what is subsidiary treaty. Before telling you what is subsidiary treaty or what is subsidiary alliance, I want to tell you what is the meaning of the word treaty. Treaty or alliance means wherein two people sign an agreement, and over here the agreement was signed between the British and the Indian ruler. Now, according to this treaty or according to subsidiary alliance, the Indian ruler had to accept the supremacy of British. That means they have to accept Britishers as super powerful, and in return for this treaty, what did British did? The Britishers, they promised the Indian ruler that he will protect the ruler from any kind of internal rebellions as well as from any kind of attack by the rivals. Rival means the competitors, other rulers in India. And when the whosoever ruler signed this treaty had to follow certain conditions. Now what were those conditions? First condition was that Indian ruler was not allowed to keep his own army. Okay. Second condition, that they will have to keep the British army who will take care of their protection, and the ruler will pay for the maintenance of the British army. And if the ruler is unable to pay to the British, in that case the ruler will have to give a part of his territory to the Britishers instead of maintaining their army. Third condition was that he would have to take the permission from British before signing any agreement or any alliance with any other Indian ruler, and before declaring any kind of war against any kingdom. Fourth condition was that the British officer who was called resident, he will be stationed, means he will be allowed to remain in the court of the Indian ruler, and no other official of any other European company would be allowed in the court of the ruler. I think this much is clear. Moving further, now we see that this treaty or this subsidiary alliance was very much favorable for the British. You know how? Because the Britishers, they could maintain a large army, and moreover the cost for maintaining the army was being paid by the Indian rulers. The Britishers were indirectly controlling the defense, the foreign affairs of that Indian ruler, and could also overthrow the ruler and annex his territory whenever they wished. The British officer who was called the resident, he was not at all allowed to interfere in the internal affairs of the kingdom so that they can keep the interest of the company. Any Indian ruler who signed this treaty or subsidiary alliance became completely dependent on British. You know why? Because the ruler did not take any decision independently now. For any decision, he became completely dependent on British. This treaty led to a lot of loss to the economy because lots of soldiers and court officials, they became unemployed. With assured protection from the British, the rulers, they also started neglecting the welfare of the people. The first subsidiary treaty that was signed by the company was with Nizam of Hyderabad, and it was signed in the year 1798. Another alliance was there with the Nawab of Awadh in the year 1801, and Peshwa Bajirao too also signed this treaty in the year 1802. The ruler of Mysore, the Marathas, the Rajput Rajas, they were also the major rulers who signed this treaty. This completes your topic of subsidiary alliance.